Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Dunbar Snack Bar. It's time for some more MLB The Show 20 gameplay. And we've got Roberto De La Rosa and his Major League Baseball debut. If you didn't watch the last couple episodes, man, you missed out on a lot. 2 episodes ago was hands down the most dominant pitching performance I had had up to this point. And then the last episode was the AA All-Star game. Right after that, we were told that we were going to be skipping AAA altogether and just going straight to the majors. Awesome. So with this being the first performance, or the first appearance, I guess I should say, of Roberto, I'm really interested to see how this is going to go. Like, I'm partially really terrified because I know that I still have a lot of attributes that are pretty weak. Of course, Seattle needs me. There's pitchers that are starting that are even worse off attribute-wise than I am, and I'm just anticipating that the batters that I'm going to be facing in the majors are just going to be destroying every single pitch. I shouldn't say every single one, but I mean, we're going to be seeing a lot of home runs being hit off of this guy, so I'm going to have to quickly try and make adjustments to the way that I throw and also get used to the major league level, so that way I am, playing really, really well. And one of the things that is really cool, though, and is kind of making me feel a little bit better, I mean, you can see Mariners, man, that's not a good record. But one of the things that I think is absolutely cool about this game is just the animations, the cutscenes, and all of that are occurring that are pretty unique to a situation like this where you've got a very special game like right here. This is awesome. I wish they would include more of this type of stuff in Road to the Show where you're celebrating really cool moments like this. I mean, here he is taking a look around. It's really cool that we're playing at historic Fenway Park as well. I mean, just circling around like this, it's like, oh, yay, there's a monster, and just all this really, really cool stuff. Part of me kind of wishes that we would have had this moment at home back in Seattle, but you know what? I'm cool with it. This is awesome. So here we go with the first at-bat for Roberto as a major leaguer. Going to be going with the 12-6 curve, and this is going to be hit over to second base and an easy out. You know, I'll take more of those. I don't necessarily need to be getting the big strikeouts, which is what I'm hoping to be able to get at some point with Roberto, but I just know for now, let's go ahead and just try and get through these games as quickly as possible because I want to be able to get to those points in between games where I can just work on increasing my own attributes through those mini games and things like that too. Andrew Benintendi. You know, I had him on the Diamond Dynasty for quite a while, like the Dunbar Snack Bars, but I think I exchanged him not that long ago, so please don't hold it against me, man. I genuinely mean that. Going high and inside with the four-seamer, swing and a miss, and there is the first strikeout of the major leagues. I wonder if they're going to do the animation where they keep that ball, because I can imagine that would be a big one for any pitcher, your first major league strikeout. Well, at least I know that the strategy that I had been using... Oh, wait, hold on, timeout. Ed Drummond is the home plate umpire. If you guys haven't been with me for however many years I've been doing this, you guys know that anytime that they mention the umpires, I got to say something ridiculous. So Ed Drummond's hobbies are listening attentively, knowing the number of fingers and toes that he has, and glaucoma. There you go. You learned a little bit more about Ed Drummond today, guys. I hope that was worth it. Totally lost my train of thought because I could not pass that up, but Ed Drummond, what a great guy. And I'm only saying that because I want him to call pitches for me that might go either way and just kind of help me out here. But no, I mean, the strategy that I've been using in AA, this is kind of a cool test to be able to see how things are working. You can see, by the way, I got a little bit of a perk earlier. I kind of upgraded that right before I left AA. So that should help me out a little bit. I mean, these perks have been helpful, but I don't know how much of an influence they've necessarily been playing on my overall performance. So I'm still going to try and work on increasing that. So I've got, more tools to be able to work with here to succeed at the major league level. I was told that, there's a very strong chance that I could fall out of the majors, go to AAA, if things don't work well. So anything that I can do to keep me in the majors is good. Because not only is it great from a content standpoint, I'm sure you guys would rather watch Major League Baseball than, kind of moving up through AAA again. But you know what? There's that. And then there's also like a gameplay side to it too that I think is important. You guys probably heard me say this at the beginning of Road to the Show, but it's just really hard very early on with all of the series that I do, going from AA to the majors. You've got very, very different skill sets, obviously. The players, I feel like it's just a different environment altogether. The pitches are a little bit slower, or they're off the mark a lot more, and then you go to the majors, and it's totally different. So being just at one level throughout all the series, I think is going to improve my performance all around. Now here we go, getting over to first in time. That wasn't necessarily the prettiest as far as fielding goes, but hey, double play right there is what matters. And I feel pretty happy that through 2 innings, I've only given up 1 hit. Like I said, going into this, I was just worried this was going to be a terrible, terrible performance for Roberto, and that's definitely not been the case so far. I'm happy, too, that Seattle has been able to produce a couple of runs, so that means I've got a pretty decent chance here of starting off with a win. That would be nice to have. Question is, when it comes to the Mariners, and you saw what their record was, it wasn't pretty. Is that due to the fact that we've just had poor offense, in which case that puts more weight on me necessarily to be pitching pretty well, or has it been an issue when it comes to pitching? In which case, there's nothing that I can do to influence that, because when I'm pitching, that's really it. Like, it's not gonna impact anybody else, and nobody else can really impact me when they're pitching. But if we are looking at something where offense has been a problem, then that pressure, I think I'm going to feel it. But another strikeout. That's 3 here already. More than I thought that I was going to get. I thought we were going to be seeing a lot of contact. I mean, we still have seen some, obviously, but 3 strikeouts in this short of amount of time against the Red Sox, nonetheless. That's pretty good. So the mix of pitches that I got, the 4-seamer, the 2-seamer, and the 12-6 curve, I've got a system that I've kind of been working with here, and I don't know if the computer had started to pick up on it, or if that's something that the computer even really does, like if it starts to figure out, what your tendencies are and everything, and then, kind of build a way to counter that. But here in the majors, things have kind of reset a little bit, so I'll be able to sustain this at least for a while with how I've been doing things. Really kind of going opposite as far as, a high and inside 4-seam fastball, and then a down and away 12-6 curve, 2 very different pitches in complete opposite locations. I think that does a lot to be able to mess with the pitcher and kind of not let him know it's coming. But, yep, that was strike 3, man. 4 strikeouts now. The 2-seam fastball, though, has kind of been the most problematic pitch for me thus far. We'll try and see, though, if I can kind of work that in a little bit more with how I'm pitching. I think that'll do me at least a lot of good. Once I get those 3 solidified, we'll be going with pitch number 4, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with a changeup or something like that, too. I don't know. Yeah, probably a changeup is what I'll go with next. But as I said, I want to get these 3 pitches down, though, before I start introducing yet another one. With this, I was really thinking that I was going to get more as far as attributes than just the walks per 9 inning. Because, if they're popping it straight up, they're going to be making poor contact. Whether it's, they're going with the contact swing or a power swing, should get a little bit of a reduction in that there. And I feel like I can use just about anything I can to get ahead in building up those important pitching attributes. The home runs per 9 inning is one area where I'm weak, and that's just because of the template that was built originally for Roberto. With him being a very speedy person, or having a lot of velocity, having a lot of velocity behind his pitches, where I kind of sacrifice a few things is control and... Oh, sorry, I had to focus on that. That was pretty cool. 2 fielding opportunities for me today, and I've been able to get both of them, so not bad. But yeah, control, home runs per 9 innings is kind of been the area where I'm weak, and that's why I was saying I'm really concerned that we're going to be seeing a lot of home runs hit off of Roberto, but really nothing that strikes me as extraordinary this game. Hopefully that continues. Of course, more games ahead will kind of tell what we're really going to be looking at. This game is just one data point. I got to remember that. I shouldn't get too confident or too, even down, depending on how this game ends up. But one thing for sure that I know is going to be consistent throughout the rest of this series, at least for a while, is I can definitely feel a difference when it comes to pitching from AA to here when it comes to control. A lot of that came from the relationships that I had built with the members of my team. As I get strikeouts, or there's fielding plays, or even those opportunities where I'm talking to people in the clubhouse and stuff, building those relationships in turn help build up some of my own attributes. So two that were really important for me and were playing a huge factor in how I was doing was control, and then also a reduction in the loss of confidence whenever something didn't go my way. And that loss of confidence reduction was huge, because if I threw a ball, it would decrease in confidence much less than before. So if I did something good, like a strikeout with a particular pitch, it would remain the same. So I was getting that confidence level up higher and faster than what I'm seeing right now. Another strike 3. Roberto's getting it done. Look at that. 2 hits through 4 innings. It's not bad for any pitcher, let alone somebody who's just coming out of AA ball. I mean, Roberto's 18 years old, so this is quite the major league start for him. That's why the shift ends up working. I know I bash it quite a bit, and I will continue to do it just because I just know, at least in this game, the shift ends up hurting me more than it ends up helping. But it worked right there. I'll be happy. Catch is made, and the Mariners standing behind me here on defense. I feel like we've seen much more of a contribution from them than what we would see from anybody in the AA level. Uh-oh. Okay, the way that one went off the bat, I was a little worried. Caught in left field. Inning once again is over, not allowing any hits here. So it seems like this has been a little bit of a pitcher's duel, with the exception, though, of I think that was the 2nd or 3rd inning where we produced the runs. However, in the top of the 6th, we were able to produce another run. So we're looking at a 3-0 lead for the Mariners here in this one at Fenway Park. Anything that the guys can do with the bats to help me, I'm going to be all for that. Jackie Bradley Jr. up to the plate, hitting in the 9th spot today. So we've gone through what may be the easiest part of the Red Sox lineup. So going into the top of the lineup here, and what innings 7 and 8 are going to give us, I'm a little worried that this is where we're going to start to see somewhat of a reduction in the overall success that I've had in this game. I'm really surprised at how efficient I've been pitching. We're in the 6th inning. I've only pitched 61 pitches to this point, and I haven't allowed too many balls, which has been nice. I've also noticed, though, that the Red Sox have been swinging at a lot more than I'm used to, and so that might help me out too. It'd be nice in this first appearance for Roberto to be able to get a complete game shutout. We got that 2 episodes ago in the AA level, but I think that would be a huge boost of confidence to me. At the very least, though, and I'm on track to do it, getting a quality start right here would be ridiculously important. All right, 12-6 curve does it. Nope, definitely not a ball. That was not a ball. 6 Ks today. More than I was expecting. I was honestly thinking we'd be seeing 3 or 4 throughout the entire game, but 6 strikeouts over 6 innings. I will not complain about that at all. Started off what was supposed to be high and inside, but as you're seeing that drift, occur a little bit with where I'm aiming, that will be a big part of the challenges that I face here late in any game, let alone in a game where I don't have that control from the relationships in my team, or at least that control burst or boost from the relationships of my team helping me out. Deep fly ball into right. That is going to be caught from the looks of it. It is. Caught that one over his shoulder. Bad props. All right, a little bit deeper than what I would have liked to have seen. Here's J.D. Martinez just a few pitches later. Also with a high fly ball. So going into center. So the last 2 outs have been fly balls that go to the warning track. And this is where I'm starting to get worried about that home runs per 9 inning coming back to bite me in the butt. Oh, Xander Bogaerts. We'll see you a little bit later today with Diamond Dynasty. He gets a base hit. Is he going to try and turn that into 2? He is, and he'll get there. All right, question is whether or not I'm going to get pulled. That's a bad camera angle. And I know that that's always kind of a big deal for me, determining when I would get pulled for a couple reasons. And one, there's oftentimes I get pulled too early, and it's just ridiculously frustrating because it's like, I can get out of this, but you know, there's also those other times where I get pulled too late. Oh, thank you. Throw over to first, and we're good. We're out of the 7th without allowing a run at all. I know those times when you get pulled late, it's like, come on, take me out. Like, if I was the one who was playing this game in its entirety or managing the game, I would be pulling myself out right now. But you can't influence that at all, unfortunately. Hopefully that'll change sometime in the future. All right, we'll start off the 8th inning. Let's see, there we go with the defense. Thank you. I do feel like in AA, that one just would have just jumped out of his glove, or he would have dived too far and just stopped it with his chest, pushed it forward, and we'd be looking at a runner on first. So I am excited having that defense to kind of help me boost a little bit of my pitching stats. Bottom of the 8th, Vasquez, who's been batting in the 7th spot, will also get a hit. And this is where I'm like, come on, this is where you need to pull me now. I've given up a hit. I would want to bring somebody in who is fresh, who can throw the ball low, try and force the double play. But because I am tired, I don't feel confident that I'm going to do it. And I'm, you know, with what I'm seeing with the drift of the pitches, see, there's another base hit. I'm not going to be able to place the ball exactly where I want it to be, and that's going to influence a lot of at bats. Like right here, you know, if the ball had gone where I had wanted it to go, then I don't think we would be looking at a base hit right here. All right. But 0-1 count. Let's go high 4-seamer. Not as high as I wanted. Be caught in right. I was surprised he didn't try and tag up and head on over to third. Like, yeah, I get it. He's got a speed rating of 28, but that was a long way for the ball to go. All right, so for this challenge, I'm going to go ahead and try and strike the batter out without him swinging at the final pitch. All of these, you know, the strikeouts per 9 inning at the top, that's not that much of an attribute burst. So let's go for the middle tier one and see what we can do. Strike one with that 4-seamer, more towards the middle of the plate. Try and see if we can go the 12-6 curve. That one way outside. So we're 1-1 count. Going back to the 4-seamer. Been following what catchers have been telling me a lot more in all the series. Seeing if that really does play a factor. And so far, it's been working pretty well today. 2-1 pitch. This one should have a good chance, but it doesn't stay in the strike zone. Or at least it didn't get called my way. 3-1 count. Again, off the mark. Ball 4. It's the first walk of my major league career. Let's not keep that one. That's not a ball I necessarily would want to keep. Actually, I don't know. I still might want to do it. Okay, thank you for going to the bullpen. I could have used that a while ago. But that's okay. Bases are loaded, so whoever's coming up next, he's got a miracle. He's got to try and pull right here. Actually, it shouldn't be too bad, because I think it was, what, 2 outs? Or something like that. I can't remember how many outs there were now. All right. Well, let's see what the bullpen's going to do for us here in this one. We're just going to have to wait and see whether or not we win the game. But still, we could win, and I get a no decision. At the very least, I know I'm not going to end up with a loss here. There we go. All right, so we're all celebrating, which means things worked out pretty well for me. Awesome. Well, this was a great episode. We're going to wait to see what the score was and everything at the end of this and what kind of happened here. See if I got the win. So we'll just hold on tight for a little bit. But thanks again for watching, you guys. Subscribe, hit the bell icon for more, especially if you're new to the channel. You're liking Road to the Show content from MLB The Show 20. Also, check the description. You're going to find a link to Patreon and the Dunbar Snack Bar Discord. Both of those are great ways to support me and to help the channel grow. So if you're on Patreon, thank you. If you want to join the Discord, talk about what you miss with sports, stuff like that, please feel free to do that too. Also, guys, if you watch this all the way through, thank you so much. Just comment the word Mariners in the comment section below so I know who's watched this all the way through. It's something that's really cool for me to be able to see and also to reply to you guys. So that's awesome. But anyway, thanks again for watching. Until next time, I hope you guys have a good one.